From Unity to War, the downfall of the Hogwarts Founders. There were four of the most brilliant witches and wizards of the age, and they came together with a single, revolutionary dream to build a sanctuary where magical kids could be safe and learn their craft. Together they built Hogwarts Castle, a bastion of hope hidden far away from the suspicious eyes of non-magical folk. But as it turned out, the greatest threat to their dream wasn't the outside world at all. It was a division from within, a poison that would infect their legacy for 1,000 years. This is the full story, how the Hogwarts Founders went from being the magical world's greatest allies to its most tragic enemies. So to understand how it all went so wrong, we have to go back to the beginning. Over 1,000 years ago, in the 10th century, the wizarding world was a pretty dangerous place. Witches and wizards were being hunted by muggles who were hostile and afraid of any kind of magic. It was a time of fear where just practicing your craft could get you killed. It was in this climate that four legendary figures decided to do something about it. First, there was Godric Gryffindor, a bold and courageous wizard from a moor in the west country of England, a village that would one day be renamed Godric's Hollow in his honour. He was known as the greatest duelist of his time. Then came Rowena Ravenclaw, a famously brilliant and creative witch from the glens of Scotland. From the broad valleys of Wales, there was Helga Hufflepuff, a kind and loyal witch who believed in fairness and hard work above everything else. And finally, from the marshy fens, there was Salazar Slytherin, a shrewd, ambitious wizard and a master of the rare art of Parseltongue. At first, their friendship was the very bedrock of Hogwarts. Godric Gryffindor and Salazar Slytherin in particular were once the closest of friends. Helga Hufflepuff and Rowena Ravenclaw also shared a deep bond, their different strengths making them a perfect team. United by their goal, they pooled their immense power to build Hogwarts Castle in the Scottish Highlands, hiding it with powerful charms that made it look like nothing but old ruins to any passing muggle. They wanted to create a safe haven, the best magic school in the world, where young witches and wizards could learn without fear. For a while, it was a golden age. The four founders worked together, and each started a house that reflected what they valued most. Godric Gryffindor took in students with bravery and daring. Rowena Ravenclaw prized wit and intelligence. Salazar Slytherin favoured ambition and pure-blood ancestry. And Helga Hufflepuff, with her incredible sense of fairness, said, "I'll teach the lot and treat them just the same," taking in all the students the others didn't. To make sure this system would continue long after they were gone, Godric Gryffindor took off his own hat, and all four founders enchanted it with their intelligence, creating the sorting hat to carry on their work. It was a perfect symbol of their united dream. But that unity wasn't built to last. The first cracks in their alliance started to show over a massive disagreement, a question that would echo through the wizarding world for centuries. Who truly deserved to study magic? Salazar Slytherin, having seen the worst of Muggle persecution, grew to deeply mistrust anyone who didn't come from an all-magical family. He started to believe that letting Muggle-borns into Hogwarts was a major threat to the school's safety and the purity of the wizarding community. He insisted that Hogwarts should only accept students from pure-blood families. This idea put him on a collision course with his once closest friend, Godric Gryffindor. Gryffindor fought back, arguing that what mattered was a student's character and courage, not their bloodline. He believed every magical child deserved a chance to learn, no matter who their parents were. What began as a debate quickly spiraled into a bitter, personal fight. The other founders had to choose a side. Rowena Ravenclaw, always logical, likely sided with Gryffindor, knowing that talent wasn't tied to blood status. Helga Hufflepuff, true to her nature, stood up for inclusion and fairness, refusing to turn away any student. Slytherin was outnumbered, and his radical views were rejected by the very friends he had built his life's work with. As the Sorting Hat would later sing, "For were there ever friends like Slytherin and Gryffindor?" And yet, how could it have gone so wrong? How could such friendships fail? The conflict twisted their ideals and fears, turning the four pillars of the school against one another. The trust that had once bound them was shattered for good. Unable to convince the others and unwilling to change his mind, Salazar Slytherin made a fateful choice. He decided to leave Hogwarts, abandoning the very school he helped create. But he didn't go quietly. His departure was an act of defiance that left a dark and permanent stain on the castle. Before he left, Slytherin built a secret part of the castle that the other founders knew nothing about, the Chamber of Secrets. It was an act of pure paranoia and arrogance. Inside this hidden chamber, he concealed a monster, a basilisk, that only he or his heir, someone who could also speak Parseltongue, could control. Legend says the chamber had one terrifying purpose: to one day be reopened by his own true heir to purge the school of everyone he considered unworthy to study magic, the Muggle-borns he despised so much. It was his final, vengeful answer to the argument he had lost. Slytherin's exit and the secret he left behind marked the end of an era. The dream of perfect unity was dead. The Founders' legacy was now a mix of incredible cooperation and bitter division. This division echoed through the ages. The four houses, designed to represent different virtues, instead fostered rivalry and prejudice, especially between Gryffindor and Slytherin. The pure-blood ideology that Slytherin championed didn't die. It festered in the wizarding world for generations, and it all culminated in his most famous descendant, Lord Voldemort. Voldemort, as the heir of Slytherin, would one day reopen the Chamber of Secrets and try to finish his ancestors' noble work. Even the Founders' personal relics got caught up in this dark legacy. Ravenclaw's diadem, Hufflepuff's cup, and Slytherin's locket were all eventually stolen and defiled by Voldemort, who turned them into Horcruxes. Only Gryffindor's sword remained a pure symbol of courage, appearing to those brave enough to stand against Slytherin's dark legacy. The story of the Hogwarts Founders is, at its heart, a tragedy. It's about four friends who came together to build something better, only to be ripped apart by their own ideals and fears. They created a safe haven for magic, but they also planted the seeds of a conflict that would define the wizarding world for 1,000 years. Their story is a powerful reminder that even the strongest friendships can be broken by prejudice, and that the divisions we create can last long after we're gone. The feud between Gryffindor and Slytherin, which started over who belonged at their school, would finally end a millennium later, with another Gryffindor pulling that very sword from that very hat to defeat the last heir of Slytherin. The question is, was this downfall inevitable? Or could one different choice have saved their friendship and spared the wizarding world centuries of conflict? What do you think? Was Salazar Slytherin a misunderstood protector, or a bigot whose paranoia almost destroyed everything he built? Let me know your theories in the comments below. And if you want more hidden histories from the wizarding world, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell.